Billy Napier, the future's looking really promising for his program right now down there in Gainesville. This is the first time since 2018 Florida has beaten two teams back to back. They beat LSU last week in upset fashion. They pull off another upset, ending Ole Miss chances of getting into the college football playoffs. This was once again another well-coached game by Billy Napier. DJ Lagway looked really impressive. 2 touchdowns. He did have an interception, but for the most part, he had a really good game. And this game gives you reason to be optimistic about Billy Napier and his future at Florida, being able to turn this program back around because all of their young players are playing incredibly well on offense and defense. And why Florida's future looks promising for Billy Napier is because there's an old saying that goes, pressure either bursts pipes or makes diamonds. Well, after Florida had got blown out and humiliated at home by Texas A&M, the word on the street was that the boosters already had his buyout money ready, and they were already ready to make a move to get rid of him. But they come off a bye, they beat UCF, they beat Kentucky, they played Tennessee really close, and then you pull off an upset against LSU, and then you do it again against Ole Miss. Those were two teams that were competing for playoff spots. And Billy Napier beat them in back-to-back weeks, and he could have done the same thing against Tennessee. And when it looked like Florida was down and out, it looked like it was all but over for him down there in the swamp. Billy Napier and his coaching staff, they made great adjustments. Billy Napier saving his job isn't all due to how good DJ Lagway is, because let's not forget how bad this defense was playing to start this season. I mean, every time you watch Florida play, they always had stupid penalties. They had numerous blown coverages in the back end of their secondary. And after that loss against Texas A&M, that defensive staff, I don't know what it was. Maybe they changed play callers or whatever they did, but this defense has played incredibly better ever since. They're getting after the quarterback. There's not a lot of busted coverages anymore. This is one of the best in-season improvements as a head coach that I've seen out of any team in the SEC this year, because when it looked like Florida was about to hit rock bottom and they were about to be the stepping stool of the SEC this year, Billy Napier and his coaching staff, they made corrections, and those corrections paid off dividends. And progress isn't always linear. You know, ideally, your definition of what it means to successfully rebuild a program is that you see improvements your first 2 years, but we haven't seen that out of Billy Napier. But at the same time, just because Florida was struggling to get going doesn't mean that this program still wasn't on the verge of building something special. Look at FSU. You never want to peak too early. FSU, they were improving their first couple of years. They go undefeated in regular season play. They win the ACC title game. And then all of a sudden, a lot of their best players leave for the league, and they have a 2-win season impending this year. One of the worst seasons that they've had since, the mid-70s? So for Florida to be able to pull off 2 massive upsets back-to-back, you got to give your hats off to Billy Napier, because Florida had a really tough schedule coming into this season. One of the biggest storylines in the SEC coming into this year was if Billy Napier was going to be able to save his job. Could he at least get Florida to bowl eligibility with how much of a gauntlet their schedule was? And he was able to do that. So Billy Napier, he deserves a huge round of applause. This was an incredible coaching job by him. He made some great early season adjustments that corrected the course of Florida's season, and I'm happy that Billy Napier won this game.